Now, I absolutely love the cartoon version of the Grinch. I mean, who doesn't? The Jim Carrey version in The Grinch Stole Christmas kind of freaks me out. In this video, I'm going to make a realistic version of the Grinch. So it's a bit in between the cartoon and the Jim Carrey version. Because in the cartoon, even though he's grumpy and angry, he's still kind of cute. I'm Tony and I'm super excited to get started on this. So let's start by making the armature. So I haven't done it like this before, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out the armature on this paper because that's what size I want it to be, and I'm going to see if it helps us get the proportions right. Okay, our base armature is looking pretty good. What I want to do now is just fatten up his tummy by wrapping some foil around, and then we'll get the base layer of clay on, and then I think we'll be good to bake, and then we can get the details on. And we have to really squeeze this down tight because otherwise the clay moves and it's a right pain. Now that's done, we're going to do the rest. So our armature wire is done, and now I want to get a layer of clay on. Now I bought a bunch of greens. I bought like an army green and like a sparkly light green, and I thought we would mix them together to do the base of our Grinch. Let's just try mixing a bit of this together first and just see, because we are still going to put some washes of colour on. But I just want to see what this turns out like. We might actually just leave it as this light colour. I think we'll add the dark with paint, so I'm going to keep this as it is.
What you do to me is in confliction, a straight contradiction with my mind. Guilty pleasure has a bitter taste. In the end, my friend, are you sure you wanna fight? Ooh, has got that time, not me. Ooh, he is interested in.
So I'm just thinking that I want to put like a cartoon style bomb as the ball, and I thought I'd have it lit up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these little SMD lights into the clay of the arm down to the body. So I've put this wire in here for our little bomb ball. I just want to extend these so I can put them underneath the clay down the leg, and then we'll be able to put a battery pack in the base. I also want to have some Christmas lights wrapped around him, so we'll put those in the base too with a battery pack. I've bought this wire wrap because it's really, really thin. Let's solder it on and see if it does work. And if it does, cooking on gas. This is frustrating, if not anything else. And I swear, when Fraser does it, it just done. 1 minute it's melting the solder, the next minute it's not. It's literally crazy. Like sometimes I feel like a pro, and then and other times it just doesn't work at all. Oh dear. Okay, we're on. Right, okay, now the wire's in. I checked it, it still works. So we're going to put the rest of the clay on his body, and then we'll concentrate on his face.
Oh, I swear.
Texture time.
Disagree, love the circumstances, not me. Who has got the time, not me.
baked our body, so now we're going to work on the head. We just need to make it the right size first. Okay, so our Grinch is looking pretty good. The only things left to do are his hands, but I want to get him baked. My oven in here is just blown up, so I can't bake him here. I have to take him home. Whether he's gonna make it, I do not know. So wish me luck with that one. I'm gonna make his little bomb. I just wanna check that the lights still work. Now we've wrapped all the wire and added those extra bits on. That's gonna look so funny with the bomb. These are the flashing LEDs that I've used as well, so that's why they're flickering. Okay, so I just want to try and use the heat gun to warm this up in the middle so I can gouge out enough just to put this through, put some glue in and stick it up. Okay, now that hand's attached, we just want to do the other one and then we're on to painting. So just a little heads up, if you're going to use the heat gun to set the small parts, don't put it too close. I've burnt his thumb a bit. Hopefully it'll be all right once we get the paint on. And speaking of paint, it's time. So we're going to start with a really dark green wash all over everywhere, and then we'll bring the highlights back in with a dry brush once it's dry. I want to work on the face now. It's going to be kind of like the original Grinch, but not fully. I'm changing up a few bits because I want him to look a bit troll-like. So let's do that now and we'll see how it comes out. And then I do want to make him his red and white striped scarf. I forgot about that. So we'll do that once we've done the painting details because that can just go on the top. Let's go.
It was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
Okay, let's try that again. Okay, our Grinch is looking pretty good. There's one more thing I want to do when we make this base, and that is on the base, I want to put a few presents, but also have him a bit tangled up in the Christmas lights. But for scale, I don't want them to be so far apart from each other. So I'm just going to kind of double up the wire to make the actual lights closer together. These two tiny little SMDs should be able to run off of these. Right, let's check if this works. Okay, so the Grinch is done. It's kind of cute and gross. Just what we wanted. What we need to do now is make the base. We are going to use foam. So I've just marked out the size that I want, just like 15 centimetres wide. We're going to cut that. We'll neaten off the edges with some board. So what I also want to do is make some presents. We're going to do that first, lay everything out. We'll know exactly where it is because I want to put the Grinch on and the presents on while the sand snow is still a little bit wet, so we can press them in and put a little bit over. We've got our base now, so we know what sort of size we're dealing with. The Grinch is going to go there. We need to make a pile of presents. Let's cut a space for the battery pack as well. That'll be fine. For the presents, we'll start them off with some foil just to make it use less clay, I suppose. I like to keep the tubes for the foil because I'm sure I'm going to do a project at some point. I wanted to do a tangled tower in the new year, so... Okay, we've got loads there. I reckon if we just wrap these in some of this, then we can square it off after. What to do is actually prep this like an actual present. So we'll just put that end in, make the triangle. Right, I'm going to get all these wrapped up and then we'll get on with the snowy base. Okay, so I've baked the presents, they're all ready to go on. So I'm going to break up some of this polystyrene, mix it in with some casting plaster, some glue, whatever else I can find. Stick it all in, and then we're going to get it onto here and set our Grinch and the presents and everything around. I'm hoping this is going to stick. It might not. Okay, so now we've given it a bit of a spritz with the PVA mix. I just want to sprinkle a little bit of this glitter on. It's got a bit of a green sparkle to it, but I think that'll be all right once it's on the white snow. Right, I quite like that. Let's get these presents on. All that's left to do is wrap our Grinch in these Christmas lights, stick some board around the edge, and then we're ready for the close-ups. Don't forget, guys, if you like the video, please click that like button, help me out, subscribe if you haven't already. We've got some big goals for next year, so I could really do with your help. And if I don't see you before, I'll see you in the new year. Have a fantastic Christmas, and I will catch you in the next one.